Hey, good morning. We are live
Good
here. Faith
morning.
Formation. Hi, Pastor David.
Hi, Brooke. How are you?
Good. This is a fun, different way to do faith formation.
Yeah, we're experimenting. There's always something new to learn. And we are so blessed to have Lee Shaw and Chad Kaiser that are kind of backing up all of the technology. And so we're looking at and experimenting with a little bit different format today. We're using some new technology.
Yes, and it's exciting. It's fun.
It's neat because we can be in different places and we can explore things. We were trying to do this back when the pandemic first hit back in March. We were trying to kind of use Facebook Live and do different things, but this is so much better.
I know. No, it is. You know what? I like it because, like, right now you're right in front of me. I don't have to worry about like looking around, but you're like right in front of me.
I
Not
know.
really, but your face is right in front of me.
Yeah, it's actually easier to see you instead of turning my head to look at you next to me. We
I
can get
know.
used to doing things new and different.
I know. And it's like I'm actually talking to somebody and not a bunch of empty pews.
That's really cool. I like that.
I
So
know.
it's been 2 weeks since we were together, and I just wanted to say to you, Happy New Year.
Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you. That was fun the last time I was here. We had a New Year's party.
Yeah, it was like New Year's Eve at St.
Mhm,
John's for faith
mhm,
formation. But I
mhm.
haven't wished you Happy New Year, Happy Christian New Year.
Oh, and the same to you.
Did you have any pork and sauerkraut and mashed potatoes?
No, because that's the secular celebration of New Year's.
Okay, all right. We'll have to save that for January 1st, 2021.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But I did, because the New Year starts with Advent. So I did recognize and honor Advent last Sunday, just as you guys did here.
How cool is that? What did you
Mhm,
do? Did
mhm.
you wrap a present or open a door or window, or what did you do for Advent or on your Advent
Well,
calendar?
well, no, I am participating in an online study called Color Your Advent, and I have an Advent wreath at home. So part of that study, we light a candle.
How cool is that? I
So
wonder how many. Oh, go ahead.
I was bringing in the Christian New Year.
Super. I wonder how many of our families in the church have an Advent wreath at home and how many of them are actually taking time every Sunday to maybe do a reading or a devotion and light their own candle at home.
I wonder if any families are listening. Can we do that on this technology? Lee, can we do that on this technology? Ask our families questions and they can respond? I'm just asking if that, oh, that's going to be really delayed for us to get the answer to that because we're doing it this way.
Okay, all right. Well, I can only assume that some of our families then have their own Advent wreaths. That would be cool because today it is time for us to be thinking about the lighting the second candle. So, like, we should already have the first candle lit, and before you do the prayer or devotion and light the second candle, you light the first candle because you remember that the first week we talked about hope, and today it's about a different word. Peace. Today we light
Oh,
the candle for peace. So that will be
oh,
awesome. But we're going to do that in our service of worship later.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
I saw something, Brooke. There's
what?
something red in the picture.
What are you talking about?
I see a little something
Oh,
of red.
nah, you don't need to worry about that.
Oh, come on. Well, I'm looking at the picture and I see the one Christmas tree on the one side of the sanctuary, and I see the paraments on the lectern, and I can see the pretty flower arrangement, but there is something red in the image. I'm just wondering. That's all.
Oh yeah, it's there.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so
So
what are we
how's
going
your
to talk?
weekend?
Oh, my week's been good, good, good.
Good.
Trying to get a little extra rest. Well, it's bigger, Brooke. It's bigger.
What's bigger?
The red thing.
What do you mean? Don't worry about that. Now let's get back to talk about Advent.
Well, what do you want to talk about? Advent means that something is coming. Like there's something coming. The Advent. So Advent is about remembering when Christ came the first time, but it's also looking forward to when Christ comes again.
So it's kind of like waiting for your family to show up. Oh, it's like waiting for the guest of honor at a surprise birthday party.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a really good analogy. So we're waiting, but we don't know when Jesus is going to show up.
Gotcha. So then we have to be patient.
Well, yeah, you
Because
have to be
sometimes
ready.
I'm waiting, and I like get here now. Come on, get here now. But you just have to.
But I think that's a really good example because, like, if you're at a surprise birthday party, and let's say the guest of honor, the person's birthday that you're going to celebrate, they're in the car, and the car runs over a nail or a spike, and they get a flat tire. And then they're taking time doing things on the side of the road, and so you're kind of wondering, when are they coming? When are they coming? They're delayed. We thought maybe they were going to come at 6 o'clock, but now it's 20 after 6 and they're still not there.
Yeah,
When is our guest of honor coming?
I know. And sometimes though, like when somebody's late like that, sometimes the excitement turns to worry.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that there's probably a lot of Christian people that have studied the Bible over the years that are kind of worried that Jesus hasn't come back yet, because it seems like there's all kinds of trouble in the world and things like that. So sometimes people get worried. You're right. And I'm kind of worried about that red thing that is in the picture.
It is, listen, it's
Well,
just,
what is that?
it's,
Oh, it looks like a box. Oh, it's a present.
yeah,
Okay.
it sounds like something's in it.
Okay. All right. Well, so what were we talking about anyway?
We were talking about waiting, and sometimes that waiting, like if somebody's late because they got a nail in the tire or whatever, how sometimes that becomes worry, and people are worried. Some people might be worried about Jesus coming back and not coming back and so forth. So that's where
Right. Yeah. And but for other people, there's anticipation, kind of looking forward to when everybody yells surprise, and looking forward to seeing the look on their face. I bet Jesus is looking forward to seeing the look on our face when Jesus comes back for us.
Oh yeah, probably.
But if some people have given up waiting and aren't waiting anymore, maybe they left the party and went back to their own homes and are doing their own thing.
I know, they just kind of gave up.
And that's what Advent is for us as Christians every year. It's a time when we can remind ourselves that Christ is coming again. Now, we do that also every time we take communion, because in the communion liturgy, we talk about, we celebrate Christ's presence in the bread and in the cup until he comes again. And sometimes we even use that language and use those words, until he comes again.
Okay, I think somebody has something to say because Lee just walked up here.
Oh, okay.
Couple things. Can you hear that? Can you hear Lee talking?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Cool. So Kylie says, "Hi, Papa.
Hi, Kylie.
We have a Lego advent.
Ooh.
And the
A Lego what?
Advent calendar, a Lego Advent calendar.
I've never heard of such a thing. That's crazy. Cool.
And the Beaversons say that they have a Lego advent calendar too.
Oh my gosh. The Beaversons have one too.
That's really neat.
That is neat.
I wonder if on a Lego advent calendar, there's a piece of a Lego that you uncover each day and add and build something.
I don't know. Maybe they'll answer us, but it
Oh,
might
I
be a
hope
lot.
so. It's a mystery, just like that red package that you have. It's such a mystery, Brooke.
Oh, I'll get to that. But before that, I had a thought when we were talking before Lee came up here to tell us that people had something to share. So we were talking about how some people give up hope, like, oh, that person's never gonna, like
Right.
that hope was their first Sunday of Advent.
Yes, yes. Hope was our first Sunday. And then sometimes that, another feeling that we have when, let's say, the birthday person doesn't show up is we get anxious and we get worried. And that's when we need peace. We need God's peace to come to us.
Oh, and so that's today.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm really, I must confess, Brooke, I am very anxious about that red package there. You're not
Okay.
upset with me, are you?
Well, it's you're just you have a lot of anticipation about this.
I know. I love Christmas. I love opening packages and I love the Christmas lights and yeah.
So you want me to open it?
Sure.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, it must have come to church for a reason. I don't know how it got here because I didn't see it arrive, but so it must be here for a reason because it wasn't here last Sunday.
Well, you know what? We're going to have to wait a little bit because does somebody else have something to say? You're going to have to wait because somebody else.
Oh, no.
We are having quite the aligned conversation.
Ooh.
So, explanation on Lego Advent calendars. Each day, there's a mini set to put together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And today, it was a tree.
Oh.
Which is kind of eerie that, because isn't that what usually goes under a tree?
Now Lee wants to know what this box is all about because today on the Lego Advent calendar was about a tree.
And so we put our Christmas presents under the tree. Okay.
So yeah, so isn't that weird how this present showed up today? Okay, you ready? Should we count to
Drum
three?
roll.
Drum roll. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I can't see anything.
Well, there's something in here.
100. Is it napkins?
No, it's cotton balls.
Oh, I see that now. Cotton balls. Well, that's neat. I mean, sometimes you need cotton balls. That's good when you're using alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and you get it wet with a cotton ball, and then you clean off like a thermometer, or you clean off your phone or something.
All right, useful. Cotton balls are useful. Like I get that, but it certainly with how pretty the box is and stuff, I certainly wasn't expecting cotton balls.
No, I wasn't at all. I wonder what the person is trying to tell us, that maybe we should decorate the Christmas trees with cotton balls to make it look like snow.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
What were you expecting? Were you expecting food?
Well, listen, this box is such a pretty lid. It's like glittery and it has a nicely tied bow to it.
It's
like
very pretty.
I just expected something more, like something flashy, something like, I don't know, really cool.
Wow. So I'm taking that maybe you're a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, kinda.
Well, you know what, Brooke?
What?
Advent is about when we look to Jesus coming again, but we also remember when Jesus came the first time and the stories of how he came. And that is exactly how it was when Jesus first came.
What do you mean?
Well, people were expecting a Messiah. They were expecting a new ruler, a new king. But Jesus didn't come the same way that they were expecting.
Jesus was just an ordinary person like you or me or Chad or Mary or Lee or anybody else around here.
Right. But according to some of the prophecies, the Hebrew people were looking for somebody to come and inherit the throne of David. And that was the language of the prophet, that they were going to come and rule. And so they were expecting a new king to come and help them.
Oh, Lee just came up with something else to say.
Oh, okay.
So back to the cotton balls.
Cotton balls.
Maybe the cotton balls remind us to use kind words.
Ooh, did you hear that, David?
Oh, yeah, they're like soft and gentle. And when you're touched by those cotton balls, it feels soft and
It's a different meaning on it, doesn't it?
It's that's soothing and comforting that when you think of the cotton.
yeah. Okay. Well, and that ties into what I was just saying, because when Jesus came, he came with comfort and peace for people. But he didn't come with like a scepter in his hand. That's a thing that a king uses. He didn't come wearing a crown. He didn't look like what people were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Came with gentle words. He was meek and lowly in heart.
I like how you just said gentle words, because it was just shared on Facebook to use words that are like cotton balls and not sandpaper.
Wow. That's a good illustration.
Yeah, that is.
Sandpaper can be rough.
Yeah, but you're right. Like thinking about Jesus, Jesus was very, very kind and comforting to many people.
Right. But there were some times when he told the truth and people didn't want to hear the truth. And when he did that, then I think those people thought that his words were like sandpaper. But generally, Jesus was bringing us the gentleness in the teaching of God.
Right. He didn't usually have attitude with his words. Now, when he was in the temple that one day, but usually when he spoke the truth, it wasn't with attitude. It was the truth. He just presented it.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that question the truth today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cotton balls. Well, kind of, that makes kind of sense now a little bit.
Yeah, gentleness will bring in the peace of Christ.
Oh,
maybe that's what somebody was trying to tell us today through that gift. The gift of gentleness and kind words will help us to bring in the peace of Jesus Christ.
Oh, I like that.
I do too. I wonder who it was that brought the gift.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
so
know.
Cool.
Will anybody admit it?
Well, that's true. And what if we are interpreting the gift differently than what it was intended for?
That's true.
But today is the second Sunday of Advent. Last week we talked about hope. Today we're looking for the coming peace of Christ, and we can help bring the peace of Christ to other people by using kind and gentle words, by living in the life that Jesus taught us. And when we do that, sometimes it's not exactly what the kingdom of God won't look exactly like what people were expecting.
True. Well, then those cotton balls were a nice gift.
Yeah. And there's so many other things you can do with them. I mean, you can clean your face with, whatever you need to clean, and you can, put them in your ears when you want to keep the cold air out. You can decorate your Christmas. You can make little things with crafts with cotton balls. You know, have you ever done that?
No, not that I can. Well, I remember being a kid, like making bunnies or something and using cotton balls to,
Yeah, and they could put a cotton ball like for Santa's cap or hat, you know, a triangle that's red with a cotton ball at the top of it.
True.
You could make the cotton trim, the white trim of a Santa Claus outfit.
So I guess there's lots of uses for cotton balls.
Yeah. But I think the main reason today is to remind us to use soft and gentle words.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing that, we'll help somebody else experience the peace of Jesus Christ.
I think you're right about that.
Well, then, what else is there to talk about? We got the message of the second Sunday of Advent.
We did. How about that?
It's great. And I'm so glad you're back. I missed you last Sunday, but I know that you needed time away. We all need time away.
Yeah, we do. And I thought of everyone.
And we also need to learn to do new things like today.
Yeah, I know. I'm
exciting.
excited about this. There's some possibilities doing it this way.
There sure are. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think we should try this in worship too.
Okay, let's.
Okay, so kids and parents, you'll have to watch us for the time of worship and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, let's end with the Lord's Prayer as we always do.
That's a great idea, Brooke.
All right. So hopefully everyone at home can join us.
Okay.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
All right, David. Well, I'll see you soon.
All right.
And everybody,
we're really glad you're with us today, kids and families. Have a wonderful morning. We'll see you in worship. Bye.